Good morning, dear students. In previous lecture, we have seen the two types of parser, top-down parser and bottom-up parser. Out of which top-down parser we have completed whole. Out of bottom-up parser we have done with shift-reduce parsing. Then next type of parser is the operator precedence parsing. The operator precedence parsing basically is a kind of shift-reduce parsing only, but it is applied to a small class of operator grammar. This is very important with respect to operator precedence parsing. The particular grammar which you are going to get as an input for operator precedence parsing, it has to be a operator grammar. That is, suppose I am saying E gives E gives T, and only E gives opening bracket T. That's not enough. There has to be some operator in it. Then only we can use the operator precedence parsing. Okay, this is very important for scenario. Then whatever grammar you are going to get for operator precedence, it has to satisfy the two conditions for the operator precedence grammar. First of all, there exists no production rule which has an empty symbol on its right hand side. Okay. Then second, there exists no production rule which contains two non-terminal adjacent to each other on its RHS. As I said you right now, on the right hand side there has to be no non-terminals, no two non-terminals which are adjacent. Okay. Then whatever this operator precedence parsing is, that it represents actually a small class of grammar, but it is an important class because of its widespread application. Is that a number of applications? Okay. So basically, and just now as I said, there has to be the operation in between the two non-terminals. Likewise, E plus E, E plus T, T plus E. Likewise, it should be present. Okay. So then only we can say it's an operator precedence grammar. Okay. So we can define this as what? A parser that reads and understands an operator precedence grammar. It's called as an operator precedence parser. Okay. So firstly, what we have to do, we define the precedence relations between the every pair of terminal symbols, and secondly, we construct an operator precedence table. Okay. So first thing that we are going to do is defining the precedence relations. Okay. So rule number one is what? First of all, you can see here on the slide, they have given the precedence A greater than B means what? So B is having lower precedence than A less than B means what? B is having higher precedence than A, and A equal to B means what? Both have the same precedence, A as well as B. Okay. Rule 2 is what? An identifier is always given the higher precedence than any other symbol. Okay. Any identifier will be given the higher precedence with respect to any symbol. Okay. And very important, note this. Then dollar symbol is always given the lowest precedence. Okay. So here you can see in the list one. Okay. And rule 3 is what? If two operators have the same precedence, then we go by checking their associativity. Okay. How they are placed in a particular row. Okay. Then parsing a given string. The given string is passed using the following scenario. You can see the first one is what? Insert the dollar symbol first of all at the beginning and ending of the input symbol. Here you can see this. Put the dollar at the beginning and end of this symbol. Then precedence operator between any two symbol of the string by referring the operator precedence table. Here left on the left hand side you can see the precedence table. Then start scanning the input string from the left hand side to right hand side. Then I'll first of all start with the LHS in the forward direction until the greater than symbol is encountered. Okay, here you can see, and keep a pointer on that location. Then step 4 is what? Everything that lies in between the left hand side and right hand side, this less than and greater than operator, forms the handle. So in the first dollar, the left hand side and right hand side, ID1. So you can see ID1 is the handle. We have to replace that. Okay. So in first what we have done, we have replaced ID1 by F. Then after that, once again F is a handle, we are going to replace F by T. Then next T is replaced by E is equal to plus, and then now what is the handle? E is equal to plus and then F. Then we are going to replace the ID2 by F. Next, E gives E is equal to plus F. Then next, less than greater than sign के अंदर क्या है? T. So F is there. So we are going to replace F by what? T is equal to ID. Okay. So likewise we are going to replace on the right hand side, you can see. Okay. So here what we are doing basically, we are replacing the handle with the head of the respective particular production. Okay. We have given the number of production rules in the grammar. What we are doing, we are replacing the handle with the head of the respective productions. Okay. Now we are going to keep this repeating until start symbol is reached. Okay. At the end you can see. Then precedence table we have to make. Advantages of this parser is what basically? The advantages of operator precedence parsing. The implementation is very easy and simple. The parser is quite powerful for expressions in programming languages because it basically includes what? Operators. Then disadvantages what basically? The disadvantages of operator precedence parsing is the handling of tokens known to have the too difficult precedence becomes very difficult. Only small class of grammars can be parsed using this. As I already said, we can only parse the operator grammars with respect to this. Okay. And very important with respect to this is what? In practice basically operator precedence table is not stored by the operator precedence parsers. This is because it occupies a large space as it has a table, rows and columns. Instead, they are implemented in a very unique fashion. They are implemented using operator precedence functions. Okay. What this operator precedence functions is basically, they perform a mapping of terminal symbols to the integers. To decide the precedence relation between symbol, a numerical comparison is performed. It reduces the space complexity to a large extent. As I said, the particular table has to be maintained. If you are maintaining the table, the space problem is there. So it reduces, because of these functions, it reduces the space problem to a large extent. Okay, thank you.